Welcome to our topic 4 discussion about how to enter and track expenses in QuickBooks. We're focusing on, in this section, QuickBooks Online. And so let's get right started here and go and talk about how the various ways we can enter expenses into QuickBooks. I'm going to click on our plus sign and we're going to come down to the check here. I'm going to click on that. There are some things that I want to highlight here in this section that you want to be aware of. First thing here is that if you are indeed going to print this check right now and you're only doing this single entry, you want to make sure that the check number is correct. You can also check this box, print later, and then for example, if you want to do several checks at once, say you're sitting down at a given time during the month and you're paying your bills, well, why not enter all of the checks at once that you wish to pay and then print them all at once later. You do have the option, if at any time, to select, and when this is selected, to print a check right now if you wish. The other thing that I wanted to highlight here, and this is also true for some of the windows you use on the income side, tracking or entering tracking income, is the make recurring statement there. If you are dealing with a business and more specifically basically are purchasing the same things from this company or business all the time, you may want to make it recurring, and then you can pull it up and then make some changes to it, and then it's a time-saving mechanism within QuickBooks Online. So that's basically kind of the things that I wanted to highlight for now. So let's go up and create a check here so that we're going to pay. So I'm going to pay Homer Honeybee Supplies for some honeybee supplies that I got from them. So we're going to, as you can see, I haven't had Homer Honeybee in here before, so I click on that so I can add Homer Honeybee here. If I wanted to go in and add the details of like their address and so on and so forth, and that would be for especially when you're mailing checks, you may want to do that because particularly come down to this here. So I'm going to enter it 125 Sweetness Lane. So that's Anytown, New York. Zip of 12345, and then country, we're pretty sure that's US. So I'm going to click Save, and you can see that it all fills it out completely for me. That's kind of important when you're printing checks because you can also get the checks or the envelopes that have the clear windows on them, so that you don't have to address these checks, or don't have to address the envelope. That you can just slip them into the clear window envelope, and your saves a little time there. So it's maybe worth making sure both customers and vendors that you have their mailing address in there. So okay, going to come down and click on what we bought from them. So I'm just going to type Honeybee Supplies, and this little box down here, this little area, is telling me I don't have that account in here. And so kind of demonstrating that if you don't have an account set up for, or a sub account for in QuickBooks Online, you can kind of create them on the fly without necessarily having to get out. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to select what the detail type is, pretty much what represents it as best as we can. What I'm looking for are supplies and materials. I'm going to click Save and Close. Now I have Honeybee Supplies. A little shortcut with QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks in general, if you put a colon in after the account name, Honeybee Supplies in this case, and we type supers. Then if we click on this, the plus side again, we're going to look for supplies and materials, make sure the detail is right. And if you think you need a description here, that's fine, but most people would know what supers are. So we're going to just say, and it already tells me that this is, and already checked for me that this is a sub-account of Honeybee Supplies. So I click Save and Close. Description, you can, if you want purchased 10 supers, so on. We can enter the amount. Let's say it's $226 for those supers. And then we may have purchased something else from them as well. So we could keep adding things to this, and we would be able to, and QuickBooks would give us the total of what we owe and would print the check accordingly. But I'm going to say that we're set for now, that indeed we're going to print this check later, because I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. And then we're going to click Save and Close. And that's pretty much it. It tells us up here that check 226 is saved. So that's it for now, and we'll continue how to discuss entering in expenses and a couple of other screencasts coming up soon.